progressing right along on this guitar body. What I'm going to do is I'm going to figure out which side I want to make up. It goes up. Probably this side, I think. Yeah, I think it's going to be my up side. So what we're going to do again is do that same thing about finding center. Get my other eyeballs on here so I can see. Yeah, let's see what works best. So measuring on the ruler here. So we'll go with that millimeter thing again. Mark off some kind of a center point here. There we go. I want to thank you for all that have subscribed, and I also want to give a special shout out to all you that have given me some nice compliments and, on this build here. That's going to be close. So we'll have to, again, I'm just going to draw this out on here. You may have to fudge a little bit. You're on the side here, because it's right on that live edge of that wood. So what I'm going to do, I want to cut this. What I already did was I trimmed my template down here on the sides here, so that I want this to fit through my thickness planer, because my body blanks glued together here is going to be too thick now, and we need to get it down to a nice usable width and thickness, because right now it's over 2 inches thick and I don't want it anywhere near that thickness. So I'm elected to do, I'm going to take and cut this out on the bandsaw right here, from this, probably from this point here over to here and around, and I'll do the same on the other body here. We'll cut it probably to this point right in here, into here, and that way it'll fit into my thickness planer, and I can thin these down to a usable guitar body size. So that's what we're going to do now. I'm going to set up my bandsaw over here. If you would direct that camera over here for me. Got it?
Mm-hmm.
Got it? Get it? Got it? So what we're going to do is, it's going to get kind of noisy here, because I'm going to hook my vacuum up to my bandsaw. camera. So what I'm doing right now, just kind of trimming up the sides a little bit, just to make it look nicer on my sander. Alright, there's what we have so far. Is that in the camera? And this now should go through my thickness planer without a problem. And we'll thin this down a little bit, thin down the main body a little bit, and I'm going to take you off camera for that. You've already seen me process wood through the planer, through my thickness planer, and I don't see any reason why I should have to show you how I do this. So I'll bring you back in when I get more. I'll talk at you in a little while. All right, we got it thickness planed out. And anyway, I think we got it now. This will eventually drop onto here. Something like that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to remeasure my center point, draw me a center line, and draw my body back out on here, because what I want to do is I want to cut the control cavity into here and probably go ahead and put my wire channels in. Then we'll glue the top on, and then we'll go from there. That thickness planer makes things get hot in here really quick. And suffer from a little bit of heat. Like chair. I had to move the fan closer, so if you hear it a little bit clearer, that's because I had to move it closer so it don't get overheated. So it's always important to measure out a center line to work from. Let me get my eyeballs on, I can't see. So it's always important to get your center line going. You want to work from your center lines, like I said previously, and you'll appreciate your center lines when you get to working on things. What I try to do is I work from one side of my center lines. So in other words, I'll measure everything from center out, or and from the center line out. And this is one of those things you just learn over time. And the more you do it, the better you get at it. At least I hope you do. I try to. There's our center line. So now we're going to redraw our shape out on here. And match your center lines up. Same way when I made this template, I drew that line first, that center, and then drew my shape. Let's see it closer. I used my belt sander on here a while ago so I could get that narrow, so I could get that through the thickness planer. We got a little bit of a valley right here in that wood. Remember when I pulled that wood? I thought I had this turned out. I didn't when I glued it up. I wasn't going to cut it apart and reglue it. So I'll have to deal with that when we get there. What I'll probably do just once I get the top glued on and put some sawdust in there. You won't hardly even see it because by the time I stain it, clear coat it and stuff. I'm going to use that Minwax tongue oil finish on there. And I think it should make everything pop like it always does. Alright, so we're going to draw out the center line on this thing, on the top. Just going to look at it one more time. I think this is going to be the up side. Same thing, we're going to draw this out on here. We'll have to fudge a little bit on the center line. Let's see. Not that far off. Maybe I drew my line crooked. It can happen. It's close enough. On this part of it, I may just go ahead and cut her out and mean, it's pert near there now, so it's not like. So there's that. Let me just
Cut
go
it
in
out,
and cut it out.
and then put that on top of that one.
Huh?
Use that as a template after you
Right,
cut
that's
it
what I
out.
was thinking about doing. I'll cut this out, sand it down, the sides down. Then we'll glue that on top, and we'll use this as a template to cut the other one out. It's right under 2 inches thick right at the moment, which is fine with me. I don't want to keep trying to process it through the thickness planer anymore. Let's kick our hinds today. So anyway, so what I'm going to do now, off camera, I'm going to figure out the placement of the control cavity, and then once I get that figured out, then we'll figure out where my wire channels have got to come for the pickup wires and something like that. Excuse the crudeness of my mock-up here. Didn't have nothing to go by. So anyway, I think I'm going to call it quits for today. It's too hot. So the next thing we're going to be doing is cutting this control cavity out, and then we'll cut the top out, get it all finalized, glue that on top of this. Again, after the channel, this control cavity is cut out and the channels are cut for the wires. And what I do is I got to go ahead and make some measurements off another guitar so I can get these placements for the pickups in a semi-correct way, so I can cut these wire channels. And we'll go from there. Alrighty, I'll see you guys in a while. Bye now.